Hello, so today I'm testing this new material I'm working with. So, this experiment really surprised me. I was trying to make paper clay, but I think I end up with modeling compound. This idea came from a video I watched a while ago. I will leave the link on the description below. The lady works with paper clay. So I decided to make something similar. She used drywall joint compound, which I cannot find here in Mexico. So I just did a little research, and the materials, the principal material of the drywall joint compound is just plaster of Paris. Yes, I did a little experiment with the materials because I end up using just regular paper and plaster of Paris instead of paper towels and drywall joint compound. So here you can see me mixing well the plaster and the paper. I did mess up this first batch because I leave too much water on the paper, and I didn't like it at all. Well, it was useful because at the end I end up with modeling compound, which it was a really good surprise. I really like it. Um, it's really useful for D&D figures or terrain, things like that. But it's not a good consistency for the project I needed it for. So I was really surprised. I really like it, but you know, this is not what I was looking for. So at first I use it on the terrain with that little tent, and here I just put it into a plate just to see how long it will take to dry it with a thicker piece, because the terrain that I made for the little tent is too small, and it will dry very quickly. I just wanted to see a bigger piece and how long it will take to dry. And here it is. It will dry exactly in 24 hours later, even though it has a lot of water. This ground for this tent is a little patchy and a little crumbly, but I think it's because I didn't mix it well. You can see there white spots and gray spots. The white being the plaster of Paris and the gray the paper. But you know, this is the base. Just a little painting and it will be fine. So I end up with these little figures. I make a little strawberry with a blob of the mixture and a little cake. I did a mold with hot glue and a toy. I think it turned out fine with good detail. And also I made this strawberry with just a blob. It has a little air pockets because it's difficult to pop out all the air bubbles, especially with this material that has a lot of texture in it. And you can see it take the details really good. I mean, you can see the plastic bag on the model. It feels really hard, like really hard. I really like that. And it's difficult to break. I mean, you don't see very well here, but it's really hard. I really use my strength to break it, especially with smaller pieces. It's harder. So this is the second batch. I used less water to the mixture. In the previous batch I didn't use PVA glue, which I did include in this one, and I also measure the things in this one. In the previous one I didn't use measurements, I just go with the flow. So for the measurements I end up using just a little cup. It says 100 milliliters. I used that little cup full with paper and also full with the plaster of Paris, and I used the half of a cup to measure the glue, the PVA glue. You can see just half, and I just added to the mixture. And again, I didn't end up with paper clay, just a drier mixture of modeling compound, which is fine, it's fine. I just really want that clay texture. So I just mix it really well, like really well, because you can see in the previous batch the spots, the white spots from the plaster and the gray spots from the paper, I didn't like that, and I really get in there, like really mix it well. I just try to make a pot with this material. It didn't work well because I really thought that the plaster will make the pot waterproof, but it turns out it will not make it waterproof. It just absorbs the water because of the paper. So if you want to make a pot out of this material, I don't recommend it. Maybe if you put the plastic pot on top and this handmade pot that you made is just for decoration. So as you can see in the previous scene, I leave my station, and when I come back it was completely dry, the second batch. So I end up making another with the same measurements that I said before. The full cup of paper, the full cup of plaster, and half a cup of PVA glue. Again, mix it really well. And here I'm just finishing the pot. I was trying to make like a fairy house or something like that, a cute thing, but I just end up with a cute pot that I can use. Maybe if I can store things in there, like a cup, like a pencil holder or something like that. But as I said before, I can use it as a real pot. And as you can see, I end up using the whole mix in the pot, and here I'm just making something, whatever, just a figure. I make a strawberry because why not? And it will take to dry 24 hours again. The thicker the figure or the shape, the long it will take to dry. So if you want to make some figurines or something with this material, just have in mind it will have a lot of texture because of the paper. Even though I sand the pot, it has still a lot of texture. Well, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking out my Instagram page and my YouTube channel, and of course my coffee. See you in the next time.